Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. So you want to make homemade noodles, but you don't have a pasta maker. No problem, I'm here to help. All you need are some eggs, some salt, some flour, and about a quarter cup of milk. Let's get started. Once again, I'm showing you the absolute easiest way to do things. People tend to make things harder than they are, I think. This is the way my mom taught me. It always turns out delicious. Now you can make beef and noodles. You can make chicken and noodles, which is what I'm making today because I have leftover chicken. Turkey and noodles, what have you. I am using 4 eggs. Just a general rule, you want to use 1 egg per person that you are feeding. Anyway, I'm going to do the 4 eggs and about 1 or 2 teaspoons of salt. I like my noodles kind of salty, so I add a little extra. And go ahead and whisk those up. Oh, I forgot to tell you a very important step, which is to get your chicken broth or beef broth, vegetable broth. You can even just use water. Get that boiling right away before you start making your noodles, okay? Gonna add just a little bit of milk. The milk just kind of makes the noodles a little more tender. If you don't have any milk, you can use a little bit of cream or evaporated milk, or really you can just leave it out, honestly. Then all you do is add flour to that, a little at a time, until you get kind of a stiff consistency. I mean, really, nothing could be simpler than this. And I've seen some Italians make pasta just right on the counter, just mix it all together right on the countertop. So you can just make this about as simple as you want to. Okay, this is gonna make a lot of noodles. Not really a matter of measuring, it's just a matter of getting the consistency right. It's going to be just kind of a stiff dough. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get some of this excess onto the counter where I will be rolling these out. And it's amazing, you know, a lot of people believe you have to let this dry out, or you have to run it through a pasta maker, but you really do not. As long as you put your noodles into boiling water, they'll cook up really, really quickly. Okay, it's starting to get there. Our water is just starting to boil. Okay. That's about right. And that's basically it. You just keep on adding the flour until it gets to be about the right consistency. Another really fun thing to make. Not hard at all, and it can be messy just like this. Doesn't have to look perfect. In fact, in my family, we kind of like how they turn out in all different shapes and sizes and thicknesses. So you just want to roll them out to about a, I don't know, 1/4 inch thick or so. It's a very imprecise measurement. All right. Here we go. All right. I'm going to go ahead and turn this down to just a simmer while I cut these. And here is the way we cut them. Just take a pizza cutter, and I don't know if you can see, but you just go back and forth along your pasta dough. Is it called dough? No, I don't know. Your uncooked pasta. And just make little strips. All right. Okay, so you can see I just took a pizza cutter and made little strips out of all the pasta. Now you see we have our chicken broth at a rolling boil. All you do is take your pasta and drop in a little bit at a time, and it will just start to cook right away. You don't want to put it all in at once since we didn't dry it out. It would just all be in one big clump. But if you add a little bit at a time, it works out perfectly. You see those puffing up and cooking. What happened to our boil? Turn it up a bit here. Go. Keep adding them in there. Well, I think you get the idea. When I get all of these cooked in here, I will add the chicken and show you the finished product. All right, guys, it's been about 15 minutes. It's been simmering. I've got the chicken in there, and I also thickened it with a little bit of cornstarch slurry, where you can use flour, just cold water and flour, or cold water and cornstarch to thicken it. And look how beautiful. I mean, you have to try this. If you've never made homemade noodles before, this could not be easier, and it will really impress your family. You can tell that they're homemade because they're all different shapes. If you run it through a pasta machine, it just looks like you bought it. So what's the point? Anyway, guys, give this a try. It turns out this video is one of those where I kind of needed a lovely assistant, but I didn't have one. I did my best. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you try this recipe. God bless you. Have a great day.